The actor Mark Ruffalo was a championship wrestler in high school. For his role in the new film Foxcatcher, he goes back to the mat.
Is this the most physical role you've had to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. I was in a lot of pain and I hurt myself a lot.
Foxcatcher follows the tragic true story of wrestling's Schultz brothers. Dave, played by Ruffalo, and Mark, played by Channing Tatum, both Olympic champions who fall under the eerie influence of millionaire John DuPont, played by Steve Carell.
I want, more than anything, to win a gold medal.
Ruffalo wrestled all through high school before giving it up for acting in his senior year.
My mom was a hairdresser, my aunt was a hairdresser, my brother was a hairdresser, my sister's a hairdresser.
So what happened to you?
I don't know. I went way off the tracks. Yeah.
On screen, he's become known for his extraordinary range.
My label's completely lost all faith in me.
Playing a disgraced music executive in Begin Again.
Half the cases, half the dead. I know 57 of the dead ones I don't want to know anymore. Now.
A gay activist in The Normal Heart.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
A hulking superhero in The Avengers.
I'm always angry.
But it all started slowly for Ruffalo, who studied acting at the Stella Adler School in Los Angeles.
He was in the dressing room on the floor in tears, and I said, "What is the matter?" And he said, "I can't find my action."
How long were you here for?
So it was a 3-year program, and I ended up staying for 6 years. I was working on my craft, man.
And for a long time, it was bartending that actually paid the bills.
I literally can go right back into setting up this bar.
One of his gigs was at LA's Good Luck Bar.
You had your own drink?
Well, I had a drink that I sort of became famous for, and they started calling it a margarita.
A margarita.
After more than 600 auditions, Ruffalo finally broke through in 2000 in the film You Can Count on Me, playing Laura Linney's troubled brother.
What's to stop you? How would you ever know if you found the right thing?
I'm not really looking for anything, man. I'm just like trying to get on with it.
And all these casting directors like, where did you come from? I was like, what are you talking about? I've been under your nose for the past 10 years. Where have you been?
But just as things were breaking his way, doctors discovered a mass in his brain.
Yeah, it was very scary. And my wife was, my partner, my pal.
And you hadn't been married that long? You have a kid?
She was pregnant. She was, due. Basically, I found out, and then our baby was born 2 weeks later, our son, Keen. And I didn't know what to do. I couldn't tell her, you know.
You didn't tell her?
No. I didn't know how to tell her without making her afraid. And so I just waited until after.
So you were sitting on this in your head for a month?
Honestly, I thought I was going to die. And so when my son was being born, it was very loaded.
The tumor was benign, but the surgery to remove it left one side of his face paralyzed.
You didn't know how long that was going to last?
No, and it lasted a long time. It lasted to the point where they were saying, you're probably not going to get your face back.
Then one day, after almost a year,
I was looking in the mirror, and I was trying to move my face. Just a little.
Just something.
I was like, baby, I can move my face, it's unbelievable, And she's like, I showed her, and I'm like, look, and she burst out into tears, and we both burst out into tears, and then it just slowly started to come back.
Wow.
So you didn't do the erasing?
Of course not, God no.
And you never even suspected?
and slowly Mark Ruffalo, the actor, came back. winning roles in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, 13 Going on 30, and Collateral.
You got them cab drivers.
I know. Get you out of here. I'm LAPD. Come on.
His success in L.A. was beginning to rival that of his younger brother Scott, who'd become a popular hairstylist in Beverly Hills.
For the longest time, I was Scott Ruffalo's brother.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he was the mayor of Beverly Hills. He was just so beloved there.
Then in 2008, Scott Ruffalo was found shot in the back of the head.
They never solved his case, did they?
They made a kind of a last scrambled effort to solve it, and they ended up just closing it as a homicide.
How did you feel about that?
You know, it'll be the great mystery of my life.
How do you make peace with a mystery like that?
The way you make peace with every mystery, you just live alongside it. At the end of the summer, my wife and I looked at each other and said, what are we doing? Why are we going back? We're so happy.
Grieving the loss of his brother, Ruffalo left L.A. and moved to a farm in upstate New York with his wife Sunrise and their 3 kids. He was considering a career change when he took a part in The Kids Are All Right as a sperm donor to 2 lesbian parents, played by Julianne Moore and Annette Bening.
What about your social life?
My social life?
Yeah, you know, are you married, divorced, seeing anyone?
Mom.
Good. We're getting to know Paul. Okay.
That was going to be my last thing.
Your last acting job?
Basically, yeah. I mean, I didn't know if I would ever act again. But I was like, you know what? I'm done with this part of my life for a while. And I knew going into it that was going to be what it was. And I had such a good time.
Why'd you donate sperm?
It just seemed like a lot more fun than donating blood. And then all of a sudden, that movie became what it became, and people...
And you got an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, and I got an Oscar nomination out of it.
You modeled your character in The Kids Are All Right on your brother.
Yeah, because he was this incredibly beautiful, sexy, vibrant, fun-loving guy. You know, he devoured life, you know.
Yeah. So that was a gift to him and to you in a way.
Yeah, and it was a way for me to, you know, say thank you to him.
Today at 46, Mark Ruffalo is devouring acting again.
I realized I was holding back a little bit, so I could always say, well, I didn't really give it everything to myself. And
now?
Now I'm just like, you just go for broke, man. This is it. You know, this is it. This is it.